Imagine this, the brand synonymous with fire-breathing muscle cars, insane Hemi power, and endless customization options started as a simple can of antifreeze during the Great Depression. Yes, you heard that right. Mopar, the legend behind Chargers, Challengers, and the epic builds you dream about, was not born in a racetrack garage. It came from humble beginnings. But how did it evolve into the powerhouse it is today? Stick around, because we are diving deep into the wild history of Mopar, from its origins to its future, and what it all means for your next project. Let's roll. Let's start at the very beginning. Mopar is not just a name, it is a contraction of the words motor and parts. It all begins in the late 1920s, when Chrysler acquires Dodge in 1928. That move creates a massive need for a reliable parts supply. So, in 1929, Chrysler forms the Chrysler Motor Parts Corporation to handle manufacturing and distribution for Chrysler, Dodge, DeSoto, and Plymouth vehicles. The true birth of the Mopar brand happens in 1937. The Great Depression is raging. Chrysler needs something innovative to keep engines running without costing a fortune. During a meeting in Highland Park, Michigan, a committee led by sales promotion manager Nelson Farley coins the term Mopar and trademarks it for a line of antifreeze products. This is not just any coolant, it is anti-corrosive, with a higher boiling point and a lower freezing point, a true breakthrough for affordable car maintenance. The launch is anything but quiet. At a shrine parade in Detroit, Mopar features a camel on the packaging to symbolize endurance in harsh conditions. The float is pulled by a real camel and led by a mechanical figure named Mr. Mopar. Vintage cans from that era show the bold yellow and red oval logo, simple but instantly recognizable. By the end of the 1930s, Mopar expands beyond antifreeze into oils, filters, waxes, and floor mats. All are sold as original equipment quality replacements through Chrysler dealerships. Early logos even feature camel motifs tied back to that parade. So what does this mean for enthusiasts today? It sets the foundation for a brand obsessed with reliability and innovation. If you have ever swapped parts in your own garage, you are tapping into the same spirit that helped everyday drivers survive tough times. As the 1940s arrive, the world changes. World War II begins. Like the rest of the automotive industry, Mopar shifts gears. Production moves from car parts to military vehicles, weapon systems, radar units, and aircraft engines. Chrysler factories, powered by Mopar expertise, produce everything from tanks to massive power plants. It is a difficult period, but one that sharpens their engineering skills under extreme conditions. When the war ends in 1945, Mopar rebounds quickly. They open their first dedicated Mopar building in Detroit at 2985 East Jefferson. By 1953, headquarters relocate to Centerline, Michigan, a facility that still operates today and ships millions of parts annually. This post-war era sees Mopar expand into electrical components, glass products, brakes, and full system support for Chrysler Group vehicles. Advertising emphasizes quality, durability, and safety, from brake linings in 1951 to declaring April as Mopar Car Care Month in 1955. Here's a detail many people miss. The original Mopar logo is a yellow and red oval used from 1937 to 1947. In 1948, blue is added for better recognition, along with the phrase factory engineered and inspected. Logos continue evolving with refinements in 1954 and late 1950s, delta-shaped designs listing supported brands. For weekend warriors and DIY builders today, this era explains why Mopar parts last. They are built for real-world abuse, from daily commutes to pushing limits on the track. By the mid-1950s, America is booming. Cars are faster, styling is bolder. Mopar updates its logo again, but something bigger is brewing. Racers begin discovering Mopar's potential. Dodge Red Ram Hemi engines enter NASCAR competition. Employees start supplying parts to legends like Lee Petty. At this stage, Mopar is still focused on standard replacement parts like wiper blades and fenders, but one engine changes everything: the Hemi engine. Introduced in 1951 as the Firepower Hemi, its hemispherical combustion chambers allow massive valves, better airflow, faster pressure rise, and more horsepower. This design becomes the foundation of everything we love about Mopar muscle. The first generation Hemi ranges from 241 to 392 cubic inches, powering everything from luxury sedans to early performance machines. Think about your build today. Big wheels, aero kits, vinyl wraps. All owe something to this innovative era. Mopar is quietly laying the groundwork for the explosion to come. Then comes the era that defines Mopar for most of us. The 1960s muscle boom. Performance enthusiasts begin calling their Chrysler-built cars Mopars. The lineup explodes with race parts, engines, and factory performance packages. In 1962, engineer Peter Dawson advertises maximum performance packages in Hot Rod magazine. Pre-grouped cams, manifolds, and components for street legal power. Demand is overwhelming, and Mopar takes over distribution. By 1963, designer George Robinson creates the iconic Omega M symbol, that becomes part of the Mopar identity. 1964 marks a turning point. The 426 race Hemi debuts the legendary second-generation Elephant engine. On the track, Richard Petty sweeps Daytona in a Plymouth for a 1-2-3 Mopar finish. Drag strips tell the same story. Big Daddy Don Garlits, Ronnie Sox, and Buddy Martin, Dick Landy, and Herb McCandless dominate with Hemi power. The philosophy is simple: win on Sunday, sail on Monday. Iconic vehicles follow. The 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona, with its extended nose cone and massive rear wing, becomes the first NASCAR car to exceed 200 miles per hour at Talladega, driven by Buddy Baker. The 1970 Plymouth Superbird takes it even further. Built specifically for Richard Petty's return to Plymouth and dominating super speedways. The 1970 Hemi Cuda becomes one of the rarest and most valuable muscle cars ever built. Rated at 425 horsepower but delivering much more in the real world. Alongside them are legends like the Dodge Charger RT, the Plymouth Roadrunner with its iconic beep beep horn, the GTX for luxury muscle, and the Super Bee as a budget beast that punches far above its weight. In 1968, the Scat Pack launches, badges for Dodges running quarter-mile times under 15 seconds, from 340 small blocks to full Hemi monsters. That legacy lives on today in modern 392 Hemi models. Women make history too. Shirley Chauhan, the Drag-On Lady, becomes the first woman to win an NHRA national event in a factory stock car. Judy Lilly, Miss Mighty Mopar, dominates super stock. For modifiers like you, this era invents aggressive styling, scoops, stripes, wings, and attitude that inspire modern body kits, wraps, and interior upgrades. The 1970s introduced challenges, emissions regulations, fuel shortages, the oil crisis, but Mopar adapts brilliantly, introducing the first dedicated parts delivery system and raising service standards across dealerships. Performance outliers still shine, like the 1978 Lil Red Express truck, exploiting loopholes with vertical stacks and raw power, outrunning many sports cars of its time. In the mid-1970s, Direct Connection is born. Mopar's original performance parts program, known for purple camshafts, tech hotlines, and the legendary Bible catalog. Despite the hurdles, Mopar keeps the passion alive for grassroots builders. As the 80s and 90s arrive, Mopar expands its reach. In 1987, Jeep joins the Mopar family, opening the door to off-road customization and adventure builds. The 1990s emphasize service excellence through the Mopar College Automotive program, training thousands of technicians worldwide. Mopar becomes about the full ownership experience, not just the parts. The new millennium brings technology to the forefront. 2008 introduces Mopar Express Lanes for quick service. 2010 launches the first owner smartphone app. 2012 introduces Y-Advisor tablet-based inspection. Corporate ownership changes from Daimler Chrysler to FCA and then Stellantis in 2021. Through it all, Mopar remains the backbone, supporting more than 500,000 warranty safe parts and accessories. No Mopar story is complete without the Hemi legacy. The first generation runs from 1951 to 1958. The second generation from 1964 to 1971 introduces the 426 Elephant. The modern era begins in 2003 with the 5.7-liter Hemi evolving into 6.1 SRT, 6.4 Apache, a supercharged 6.2 Hellcat, Red Eye, Demon, and the 1,000-horsepower Elephant Crate engine. Crate Hemis today allow modern reliability in classic builds, perfect for resto mods. Direct Connection returns stronger than ever. Stage kits boost Hellcats while remaining warranty safe. Tuner kits, exhaust intakes, suspension upgrades, and big brake packages expand the lineup. For drag racing, drag pack rolling chassis and turnkey builds dominate. For off-roaders, Jeep Performance Parts offer lifts, winches, bead locks, and rooftop tents. Carbon fiber components, supercharger kits. In late 2025, Direct Connection showcases upgraded hella fun engines, drag pack Hemis, and concepts like the Dude Ram and six-pack charger platforms. Today, Mopar operates in over 150 markets worldwide. Massive investments include a $388 million Detroit mega hub, $41 million in Georgia, new global facilities, and expanded dealership customization programs. At SEMA 2025, E-Crate engines and Sustainera recycled components signal a future where performance and sustainability coexist, with Stellantis embracing a multi-energy strategy, including hybrids, electric vehicles, inline six power, and Hemi crate options. Mopar ensures builders always have a path forward. From vinyl graphics and wheels to full aero kits, lifts, and power upgrades, Mopar supports your vision with factory backing. From Depression-era anti-freeze to 1,000-horsepower crate engines and global innovation hubs, Mopar's journey is a story of resilience, passion, and pushing boundaries in car culture. So let me ask you, what is your favorite Mopar icon, racing moment, or modern upgrade you are planning? Leave a comment below. And for more automotive deep dives, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching. Keep building, keep driving. See you in the next one.